What I'm here doing now is I'm filming another TV show, and you all can be a part of it if you sign the releases. The television show is The Real Housewives of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Just joking. No, it is actually a show for MTV CMT, and it's called Made, and I hope that I'm allowed to have said that because I just said it. But what I'm doing is that if you've watched Made before, they always have a maid coach. I'm the maid coach, and I have a man back here that wanted to be a rodeo clown bullfighter. Told me it was stupid, but he still wants to do it. So I've been going through a process of I've got him in a ring, I've worked him with a wheelbarrow, I've done a lot of different things, and I wanted to get him used to performing in front of a crowd, telling jokes, and doing things. We don't normally do stand-up comedy. This is one of the, this is the hardest form of comedy ever. And so I figured this would be a good place for him to die, without actually being killed by a bull or anything. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Boyd Bush. I hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you. I kind of like the idea about the Housewives of the Caribbean. Let's do that one. Actually, I've been working with Hollywood way too much lately because it's a sad thing, but I've started dreaming about Hollywood. Now, yeah, some of you ladies, of course, that's not a problem for you, but my gate don't swing that way. So it is a problem for me. So here I am, last night I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden I wake up and I feel like I'm in heaven. Everything's beautiful, the archangels are singing everything, and I notice I've got this chain on my wrist. And attached to this chain is this ugly, nasty, gnarly, snotty, stinky beast. And I'm wondering, what in the world? I'm in heaven. Why do I have this beast next to me? Well, St. Peter comes by and I said, St. Peter, what is up with this beast that I'm chained to? He said, Boyd, you know you weren't exactly the best guy when you were on the earth, right? I said, yeah, I've done some things. He says, so, as your punishment for your sins, you must be changed to this gnarly, nasty, stinky beast through eternity. So I'm sitting there lamenting the fact, going, you know, I'm in heaven and I still have to deal with this beast. And lo and behold, I look across there and Hollywood is over on the other side of heaven. And he's chained to somebody and I can't see who it is. So I grab this beast and drag him all the way across over here, and I get up close to Hollywood, and he's chained to Kate Hudson. What's up with that? You see the guy. Can you imagine his lifestyle? How in the world can mine be worse than his, but he gets chained to Kate Hudson? Michael the Archangel came by and I said, Michael, what is up with this? He says, well, Kate Hudson has to pay for her sins too. It's funny how people like to come on cruises with their families. Raise your hand if you're here with your family. I'm sorry. It's interesting. We get a vacation put together on such a wonderful ship as this one. We have all the activities, all the food, everything in the world, and we invite our family. Are we lame or what? Don't we have anybody else better to bring along? I mean, think about it this way. I try to get my family to go to dinner, to choose the right shows together, and all that. It's like breeding cats. There is no way. You know, if you look in the dictionary under cruel and unusual punishment, definition number 3 is family vacation. No, really, I'm here with my in-laws. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary, Don and Ava Lacey. They are actually the best in-laws in the world, and I really do enjoy having them as in-laws. And so, my mother-in-law, Ava, wanted this to be a very special vacation. So she looked high and low at all the cruises and chose this wonderful ship because of the food, the fun, the adventures, the activities, everything that was going on. And so she booked a cruise for all of the family to come on the Allure of the Sea. My father-in-law, Don, she booked on the Oasis. But it's wonderful. 50 years is unheard of being together and married in this day and age. And it's difficult growing old together. When they got into town for the cruise, they flew into the airport, rented a car, and they were going to drive to the hotel and meet the rest of the family because we got here a little bit early to enjoy Fort Lauderdale. And so they get in the car and notice there's not any keys. They just got this little fob thing, and you got to push some little button. So they go over here and they push the button. The lights come on, the radio comes on, windshield wipers going crazy, but the car does not start. They look at each other, don't know what's going on here, so push it again, it dies. Everything's off. Push it again, lights come on, windshield wipers, the whole 9 yards, and do this 5 or 6 times. Well, this worker over here notices what's going on. Comes over to the car, knocks on the window, Don figures out how to roll the window down. And the worker, and Don says, how do you get this car started? The worker looked at Don, looked at the car, get a younger driver. But seriously, they're wonderful folks. We know. Once we got on the ship, we started having a lot of fun with the activities that are going on. But the interesting thing, part of what I'm doing is I have to lose weight in order to get in shape to be able to be this rodeo clown. So I've got to lose some weight. This is the only place I've ever been where you can go on a cardio workout, walk around the ship like you can, and gain 5 pounds. I mean, there's food everywhere. They've got food in the gym. It is nuts. There's no way. So I had to find a very creative way to lose some of these calories to burn them off. So I get on the flowrider. And so I thought, okay, this is going to be a blast. I'm going to have so much fun. So I get on the little board that you're on there and get down on my knees and try to get up and go up like this. And all of a sudden I'm having trouble with my shorts because the water's blowing the shorts off. And I'm trying to hold them up with one hand and just kind of doing all that. I thought it was such a stud going along there, and I get washed up at the top. So I get on the surfboard. I thought, I got this. So I get on the little board there. And it's shaky, and you're going around. How many have been on the flowrider so far? Yeah. Oh, you probably were a stud on it. So I'm sitting here shaking, and I'm just finally starting to get my bearings. I'm getting leveled out here. Got the arm going out like the big surfer, and everything's great. And I'm just going, yeah. I noticed they turned the water off. So my wife came over to me because she loves me so much, puts her hand on my shoulder, and says, sweetheart, you will always be that gnarly, nasty, stinky beast I'll be chained to for the rest of my life.